Paves a good showing on opening night of the Premiership Rugby Club. A loss, but lots of positives to take after running Bath pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we didn't quite have the amount of ball that we would have liked. We didn't quite win the aerial battles that we're used to winning. But I thought both sides were evenly matched, and it could have gone either way. They deserved their win, but I thought the lads stuck in the fight and performed well.
As you say, with a couple of little elements there, probably left ourselves just a little bit too much to do. But what the work-on's been this week?
So what's typically been strong for us over the years is our aerial fight, creating the 50-50s, diffusing those high balls. So we've gone back to basics with that. We've also looked at how we're going to manage the collision area. The weekend is going to have be a big factor, the collision. So for us, it's just working on those two blocks, and as always, set piece will be a big factor in the game.
Just briefly, I suppose, what your takings from the competition in general as a whole last week. There seemed to be a lot of buzz considering the World Cup being on, and of course we saw Coventry beating Saracens and Ealing defeating Northampton.
Yeah, look, you've got to take it all with a pinch of salt. Each team will load or change their team accordingly to what they want. I imagine as they go through the competition, the Prem sides will get stronger, but it has freshened things up. I think especially on the weekend, seeing Bath supporters here it was a buzz. It was an excitement, full house, and I think bringing the two leagues together gives each other an appreciation, but it also gives the supporters something fresh to cheer about. So I think it's been great so far.
And team news, we look at our side and we make some changes as you would probably expect. Like you say, during a cut block, a lot of dual reg lads from our opponents involved on both sides, of course, as well. Does that make preparations tricky or doesn't affect it really?
Look, we try to keep as much continuity as we can. Some guys are in a slightly different position. Maybe they've been here, through the whole pre-season. Some guys we're trying to integrate. We're still looking at some combinations. So, but everyone's in the same boat. They're trying to, gain performance, but at the same time see what combos are out there and what they bring. So, we've stuck to a similar format, and giving guys opportunity is a good thing.
And obviously Exeter are Chiefs, our opponents this weekend, like we say. Another tough task against a side we know very well for a variety of reasons. We go there knowing what to expect, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, we do. They're going to be very tough. I imagine they'll go stronger than possibly what we've seen them bring to the Mene in the past. They're at home, which is obviously a big advantage. There'll be a lot of supporters screaming and shouting from both sides, and I think that'll add to the atmosphere. But our guys are ready. We know what to expect. We know what we need to do, and we're looking to try and develop our game and move our game on, not necessarily look at the win or loss on this occasion. But it's going to make for a fantastic day.
Of course, we saw Hugh Bokenham join us this week from Australia. How has he settled in, and how much are you looking forward to working with him?
Yeah, he settled in really quickly. Another guy with quality, another young man aspiring. He plays multiple positions, primarily in the back row, can jump in at second row. So for us, we're lucky to have him here, and I think he's really keen to get going and get the bit between his teeth. He's just going to have to sit tight a little while, but I'm sure he'll be on the field in no time.
And just finally, another Cornwall versus Devon derby. We saw Bath supporters here in their numbers, like you said, at the Mene last week. We'll probably see the same from our supporters up at Sandy Park. Dickie Evans around again, which is great to see. How good is it for the club to be involved in games like this?
Oh, it's fantastic, and it's everything the supporters have want, and it's been special. Dickie Evans is down. It was a late night. I didn't catch up for a beer afterwards because the finish was late. But this weekend, we're going to have a couple of drinks, and it's fantastic for supporters, fantastic for the club. Great that Dickie's here, and that the guys are really looking forward to this. So it's going to be a fabulous day of rugby.
Looking forward to it. Cheers for your time, Paves.
Cheers.